Now, let's dive a little bit deeper because we started touching a little bit on branding for your channel. So we touched on
Mhm.
how you apply some of the emotes. Can you talk a little bit about why emotes matter, especially here? And we see it in real time in our chat right now. Like emotes are popping. In fact, before you dive in on it, can you, internet, share your favorite emote in chat? Whatever that is, an animated emote, your favorite broadcaster emote. I want to see the chat flood with emotes right now. But tell us, like, why are emotes so important, Snackless?
Emotes are a huge part of Twitch, and they're kind of a unique part of our ecosystem and how we communicate with people. I love seeing a chat full of emotes. It's so exciting. They're a great use of communication in a one click. So if you're not familiar with Twitch or emotes or kind of how we use them, emotes can be still or animated, and they're like a little image, and they are often used to convey some kind of emotion. Whether you are excited that your streamer is doing something fun, whether you want to dance in the chat, or whether you want to express sadness or even frustration, emotes are a really great way to do that. The fun part about emotes is that emotes can be, once again, almost anything that you like them to be. And they're a great way to involve the things that are special in your community and in your chat as a part of your brand. So I mentioned that snacks are a big part of being snackless, of course. And so we kind of use an apple a lot. So I made an apple emote. In your chat, you might have an inside joke or you might do something really funny every stream. Those are great places to lean into your branding, lean into who you are, and mesh those two things together and involve emotes. I think that emotes are such a fun way to bring everyone together. They can be used to encourage a streamer altogether, as part of like a hype train altogether. And they're also great for rating people. You know, when you want to take your community to another channel and say hello, those are awesome places where you can rally everyone together and use emotes all at once.
I love seeing even like the Mav and Peapod are using your emotes from your channel
Yeah,
right now in there.
the
So it's
apple.
also an identifier across Twitch where you can say, "Oh, wow, oh, you also watch them? Oh, that's incredible." Yeah, like see, there's a few more of yours. I love that.
Yeah.
And so it's a unique identifier as well to spread your community's message, whatever that is and stands for, across Twitch into other spaces. And I always love seeing fellow broadcasters and people that I've worked with emotes in the chat as we flow through. Now, when we think about visual branding and elements for, let's say, your Twitch channel or even on social media, it's very important to make sure that they're unified across the board in color tone, in the logo usage. You want to make sure that there is a holistic perspective to this is my brand and this is how I represent. And I typically like to recommend that you identify 3 colors that you associate best with. So for me, it's light purple, a light blue, and pink as of right now. And I have that across most of my assets anywhere on the internet. You will find those 3 key factors. You'll find it on Instagram. You'll find it on other social media services. And for yourself, it helps build that consistency factor. So I would love for all of you that are broadcasters to think about, are those colors represented on my channel while I'm live, in my logo, in my assets across social media, in the ways that I dress and present myself when I'm in public? All of these feed together into a unified brand identity that is going to be necessary as you continue to scale and as followers start to understand who you are. Highly recommend thinking about that. And actually, you know, as Qtronics highlights here, ironically, to grow on Twitch, build your community on other platforms. I think there is a key to that people need to understand is like, all community doesn't just exist solely on Twitch. There are ways that you can discover people through Twitch. I know Snackless and I, through years of broadcasting together, have community members that have crossed over. There's a nice pollination moment that can happen between broadcasters, just being a viewer and a member of a community, people seeing me in their chat room, you showing up in the /Twitch chat, you're building your notability. But communities don't just exist here, they exist outwards. And so in-person networking, use of Reddit, other aspects or like stages on the internet that you can go and find and meet people who have that same like mind are necessary to continue scaling on the internet. There's always an opportunity for that. How do you think about that in your front, Snackless, like when it comes to engaging community members beyond Twitch?
Something we haven't actually touched base on yet that I would love to lump into this is in-person events. Some of my most incredible opportunities came from attending in-person events, whether they were like PAX East or TwitchCon or Twitch Meetup. It's great when you can connect with people on and off of Twitch. And so, like Jon mentioned, there's a lot of places that we can do that online, but there's also a multitude of places that we can do that offline. We can find like-minded people and get to have awesome experiences. And collaboration is the key for sure. Getting to know people in different ways, getting to sew into their communities and having them sew back into yours is an excellent way also to continue to grow your community. I think that it's can be hard to get yourself out there, even on Twitch, finding new people to raid, finding new places to be. And so I'm always on the lookout for different ways that I can get to know other people, whether that's joining a new community on Discord and getting involved with what they've got going on, or joining a new gaming session. Even in person, same thing, going to a new Twitch meetup if I'm in the city. I love to do those things, meet new people, and to just build different connections.
Yeah, and actually, as Shadowkiss said, are there any good networking in-person events in Canada? So there's actually great in-person networking events that happen worldwide with our meetups program, meetups.twitch.tv. There are always broadcasters organizing events to bring us together so we get outside of our spaces and meet one another in person. So highly recommend those if you attend any of the popular conventions that happen around. I know PAX is a huge one that happens in the stateside, also in Australia. That's a great one to keep your eye on, where tons of broadcasters gather and can meet. So think of like these opportunities not only to expand your personal network, because none of us find success individually. It always requires team effort or working with others or expanding outside of your most individual space. So like start to think for yourself, what are some of the events that I want to attend this year? Or how can I start to meet some additional people? If there's a local card shop, go play, Magic the Gathering or Pokemon with some other folks, meet some friends, expand that base, because that will be how you continue to flourish. And when it comes to the social media aspect of where to publish, as we experienced this past weekend, at any point, a service can say, you know what, we're done, and just, wipe their hands, and you as a creator can be left. So this is why it's important to make sure that you have eggs in many baskets, that you are already prepping towards, okay, I will put my videos on demand over here. This is where I'll stream. This is where I'll post my photos. And if you haven't already, I also recommend thinking about, what is your website that you own? What is the website that you own that even if every service under the sun were to disappear tomorrow, your fans can still find you? So it's something that all broadcasters should think about, of how to get those individuals to find you regardless.